Tonight's headlines are brought to you in part by Coldwell Energy and McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Lemus. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The CNMI rings in the new year with a grim homicide story. Also tonight, the articles of impeachment are ready to be voted on. And local officials say to give more premium pay. In sports, a mile-long run to start your 2022. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
Night, Merry Christmas, friends are knocking on the door. Happy faces, warm embraces, all that we adore. Christmas night, we're together, no more time for feeling blue. 'Cause it's our little Christmas and our dreams are coming true. Happy time, Merry Christmas, friends are knocking on the door. Smiling faces, warm embraces, all the things that we adore. Christmas night, we're together, no more time for feeling blue. 'Cause it's our Merry Christmas and our dreams are coming true.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hafa Day to the Wami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, January 5th, 2022. Topping tonight's newscast, a Chinese couple is behind bars after getting into a fight with another couple, which ultimately led to a fatal stabbing. It's the CNMI's first homicide case of 2022, and the incident happened on New Year's Eve. 34-year-old Ling Yang Kong is being accused of stabbing another man several times with a pocket knife at the Paseo de Marianas. The victim, Song Zi Lee, died hours later at the CHCC. Kong is being charged with second-degree murder, assault with a dangerous weapon, and assault and battery. His girlfriend, Lai Queen Yi, has been arrested as well and is charged with accessory after the fact. According to court documents, police officers were patrolling the streets of Garapan when they saw the couple and noticed Kong's shirt and face was covered in blood. As soon as the girlfriend saw the police, she turned away and walked in the opposite direction. The police were then told a stabbing incident took place. Officers saw the victim outside the Hanamitsu massage parlor, lying on the concrete and gasping for air. Police say the victim has multiple lacerations over his body and puncture wounds on his chest. The victim was immediately transported to CHCC and admitted to the ICU. The case is still under investigation, but the suspects say the problem began when Kong and the victim's girlfriend got into an argument during their drinking session. The argument then turned into a physical fight with Kong and the victim. During the fight, both women tried to intervene. When Kong saw that his girlfriend was assaulted, he got mad, pulled the knife out his pocket, and thrusted it towards the victim. When he noticed the knife was stuck and saw blood, he stopped. But further investigations revealed that the victim suffered multiple lacerations to the head, neck, and upper torso. The victim was pronounced dead on January 1st, 6:35 a.m. The Honorable Judge Kenneth Govendo has not set a bail amount for Kong. He is to reappear before the judge on January 13. As for his girlfriend, Yi, the judge has set a $25,000 bail amount after learning she hid the knife between the shutters of an establishment at Paseo. Her next court date will be on the 24th. No changes to the articles of impeachment against Governor Torres. The resolution stays as is, and the full House will now get to vote. The Special Standing Committee on Impeachment held their first and last meeting on Tuesday. All members of the bipartisan committee were present and had one main item on their agenda. That was to review House Resolution 22-14, which lists 6 articles of impeachment against Governor Ralph Delon Guerrero Torres. There was no further discussion from members of the committee on the current statute of the resolution. Representative Leila Staffler then filed a motion to bring the resolution back to the House for a vote.
I hereby move to prepare the committee report to send House Resolution 22-14, impeaching Ralph de Leon Guerrero Torres, Governor of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, pursuant to Article 2, Section 8 of the Constitution of the Commonwealth for commission of felonies, corruption, and neglect of duty, in violation of Article 3, Section 19 of the Constitution of the Commonwealth, for action by the full body of the House. So moved.
According to Representative Tina Sablon, all members of the Special Impeachment Committee reached consensus and agreed to refrain any further hearings or looking at any other evidence.
Our agreement today acknowledges that the record is already voluminous. Extensive evidence has already been laid out and carefully reviewed, and witnesses have been questioned.
The special committee voted unanimously to move the resolution back to the House for a vote by the full body. Chairwoman Selena Babauta, who attended the meeting, states the Special Impeachment Committee acted in accordance with their belief that the JGO completed their duty, and it is time for the whole House to act. The next House session is scheduled for next week. 14 votes are needed to impeach Governor Torres. With the impeachment resolution going back to the House for a vote, Governor Torres says his chance for a fair proceeding lies within the Senate. In response to the action made by the House Special Investigation Committee, Governor Ralph Torres issued the following statement. Quote, "First, I want to thank the Republican minority members for voting to advance the articles of impeachment out of the committee and onto the full body for final disposition." End quote. According to him, it will be one step closer to a fair and balanced hearing in the Senate. Torres says he will attend if invited and he will respond to all the allegations. Torres wants to prove that he didn't do anything wrong in his capacity as the governor of the Commonwealth. Torres remains confident that the Senate will give him equal time to respond and ask questions. Torres states, quote, "No illegal activity has been proven," end quote. In regards to the House JGO committee, Torres says they are anything but judicious in their ways. Torres calls them legislative bullies who lack experience and education in public policy, etiquette, and rule of law to oversight, advise, and consent. Torres questions how 4 certain JGO members can lead a fair and impartial hearing when 3 of them have allegedly broken the law and 1 is his opponent in the upcoming election. Indirectly, Torres calls out Representative Ed Probst, who has allegations of sexual misconduct with underage women, Representative Vicente Camacho, who allegedly assaulted an individual with a deadly weapon, and Representative Selena Babauta, who is an alleged animal rights violator for living in the same premises where some illegal animal events are taking place. Torres goes on to say that should the articles of impeachment reach the Senate, he will prove that none of the allegations are illegal or outside his scope of authority and the JGO's political show will come to an end. Torres rests his confidence in these Senate proceedings to be transparent, with proper decorum, and in accordance with the law. Members of the House of Representatives introduced legislation that calls for another local stimulus and premium pay for private sectors as well. Representative Tina Sablon has introduced a bipartisan House joint resolution that encourages and endorses another batch of local stimulus payments. The proposal entails $500 per resident and per dependent. Eligibility guidelines would stay the same as the previous federal stimulus payments, where those earning $75,000 and couples earning $150,000 would not be eligible. This resolution also proposes the payments to be made directly to the people instead of Visa debit cards.
As we all know, our community is still struggling with the impacts of the pandemic, and these are far-reaching impacts. We have still thousands of people that are unemployed or underemployed, lots of people still waiting weeks now for their PUA payments, and for emergency rental assistance. They're just struggling to get by and put food on the table and survive. And, while these bonuses that are being given to some people, bonuses to retirees, bonuses to some frontline workers, these are great. We support our retirees, we support our frontliners. We also think that there are plenty of just hardworking, struggling families that need the extra help.
As for the expansion of premium pay, Sablon states other essential workers throughout the government and essential workers in the private sectors should deserve this type of bonus as well. The House leadership, along with other members in the House, have had this discussion for quite some time now.
Ever since the administration announced, the first round of premium pay bonuses, which apparently not everybody that was a frontliner is actually getting, and then when we started to hear from, for example, medical staff at the quarantine facilities who are dealing directly with COVID patients, COVID positive patients, who were asking, why are we not, included in these sort of one-time premium pay bonuses for essential frontliners? And then, we heard also from people in the private sector, gas station attendants, grocery store clerks, pharmacy staff, who were just we also took plenty of risks during this pandemic to keep these critical services functioning and open to the public, and why would we not be included either?
The first batch of premium pay disbursed $5,000 to almost 500 frontliners and $1,000 to nearly 2,000 government employees. Sablon says the funds for more premium pay are available.
These funds are available to provide premium pay for essential workers in both the public and private sectors. And, if there's one thing that we should have learned from this whole COVID-19 pandemic experience, it's that our view of who is essential in this economy, in this community, really should expand. There are so many people who provided critical services, put their health and their safety on the risk every day just to come to work, and we believe that their service should be recognized.
The criteria for who was considered a frontliner didn't specify a certain position. The only provided criteria was that the frontliner was to have at least 40 hours of extra work towards the direct response to COVID-19. Before identifying the criteria for the private sectors, Sablon wants a full, clear picture on how the Department of Finance identified government employees eligible for the premium pay.
We've also been asking for the guidance for this first batch of frontline workers, who is eligible for the 5,000 and who is eligible for the 1,000, and what is the difference, right? Because we're hearing from police officers who manned the stations at the quarantine sites and they're getting 1,000, and administrative staff that are getting 5,000, we still haven't seen the guidance from the Department of Finance. It does seem, just on the face of it, like there's a lot of unfairness in the distribution for this round. I think we have to kind of start first with that. Is what is the current guidance for who's a frontliner and who's actually eligible right now? Because some things don't make sense. Why wouldn't police officers and medical staff actually dealing with COVID positive patients, why wouldn't they qualify
for these one-time premium pay bonuses.
Sablon states they continue to wait for a response from the Department of Finance. If the resolution passes the Senate and is approved by the governor, Sablon states they will be looking at how other jurisdictions carried out their premium pay to help determine the criteria. House Speaker Edmund Villagomez is expected to call a House session next week where this legislation will be introduced. The legislature were not the only one who expressed expansion in premium pay. The Lieutenant Governor of the CNMI would like to see the bonus go further. Lieutenant Governor Arnold Palacios issued a statement on the premium pay given to government frontliners. Palacios states the premium pay is rightfully theirs and they have earned it. But he also acknowledges that those in the private sectors are still waiting for theirs. According to the Lieutenant Governor, cashiers, gas attendants, restaurants, and catering employees, bank tellers, and many more deserve to be recognized. They have all sacrificed as well, says Palacios, and should be paid their premium pay without any further delay. Palacios also calls for the 9 firefighters to receive compensation as they worked during the early months of the pandemic. The Lieutenant Governor says to pay our heroes their premium pay now. All right, coming up, the Pacific Mini Games is in just a few months. Let's check in for some updates.
COVID-19 vaccine is a great way to diminish the spread of the coronavirus and getting our daily lives back to normal.
I want people to feel safe and comfortable when they're around me. I understand that there's so much anxiety surrounding COVID, and I want to do my part in reducing that anxiety.
I wanted to protect myself,
patients,
my family,
and my coworkers.
I have students who also have underlying health issues, and I know that this is my responsibility to take care of myself, but also to protect them and their families.
I encourage our community to go and get vaccinated, for it is our greatest hope to conquer the spread of coronavirus.
Get vaccinated, ask questions, do it for our community.
For the Marianas.
Get vaccinated, CNMI.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. More COVID-19 cases after the new year. Another 58 COVID-19 cases have been confirmed by CHCC. Of these 58 new cases, 56 were identified on January 3rd, 1 was on the 2nd, and another on the on December 31st. As of January 4th, there are 13 individuals hospitalized due to COVID-19. 7 are unvaccinated, 5 vaccinated, and 1 is partially vaccinated. 2 individuals are on a ventilator. Since the beginning of the outbreak on October 28, 2021, there have been 3,101 new cases. 1,500 were identified through contact tracing, 1,400 through community testing, and 81 from travel testing. On January 4, 360 COVID-19 vaccine shots were administered. This results in a 95.7% of the CNMI's eligible population being fully vaccinated. This will give the community more protection against severe illness, hospitalization, and death. The Marianas Visitors Authority and the Tinian Mayor's Office will host the 18th Tinian Hot Pepper Festival on February 19 and 2022. Activities will include food sales, arts and craft sales, live entertainment, competitions, and more. This is going to be a full weekend of games and competitions. This festival, which is famously known to locals as the Pika Fest, pays homage to the islands of Tinian's small but famous hot pepper called Donisali. COVID-19 safety and prevention protocols such as wearing of masks, social distancing, and hand washing will be implemented during this event. If you build it, they will come, but you have to build it currently. There isn't a proper baseball field at the Olei complex, and as the new year is underway, the mini games organization are turning their full attention to our local facilities.
One of the biggest challenges for mini games organizers is getting the facilities ready. The track is scheduled for major improvements, as is the gym, baseball field, and the tennis courts at American Memorial Park also need a lot of work.
They have awarded already the contractor for the track and field. Very exciting. We do have a date already. They're working really hard, diligently to deliver. They're actually charting also a ship to procure the necessary materials for the track and field, for example. In terms of the gymnasium, also in the process.
The baseball field, however, doesn't have quite as firm a timeline as of yet.
Specifically baseball, we do have the A&E. They're, from my understanding, sometimes in January they'll award contractors also and facilitate that. It's quite critical because you know, the team now, they're down to about 35 tryouts or prospects, and by early January we'll have the national team named for the baseball. So they really need that field too. So in the meantime, they're doing what they can on what we have.
Former sportscaster Bob Coldine says the NMI needs to get in some game experience before next summer.
I just wish the best. Palau will have played 5 seasons since our last season going into this. They'll have played, I was doing the math, those players on Palau's team will have played 100 games compared to our players playing no games.
All right, folks, don't go anywhere because we have more sports for you next.
You are everything that matters to me, and I promise to do whatever it takes to keep you healthy, to be comfortable, and to be free. I love you. As long as we're together, I'll always make sure that home will always be our best place to breathe.
My journey began in 2019. I noticed white patch. Now it was stage 1 cancer. I told my wife that I had cancer. I just remember sitting in there with Dr. Moss. First thing that got into my mind was, how am I gonna get to my car? I mean, all the emotions were running through my head. I broke down. After my second surgery, I was cancer-free for 1 year and 28 days. During my routine checkup, cancer came back. Same thing, I got my surgery. Biopsy results from all that surgery came back negative again. And I've been cancer-free so far, just doing my 3 months CT scan, blood works. My advice to all is try not to pick up on bad habits. Say no to chewing tobacco and smoking. You only have one life to live. If you feel any type of sores or stuff in your mouth, visit CHC or any dental clinic for your free oral screening. Early detection is the best chance for your successful treatment.
Ready to quit tobacco? Call the CNMI Tobacco Quit line at 670-323-7848. Visit your dental clinic for a free oral health screening.
At Gold's Gym, our pre and post workout formulas are loaded into every smoothie, giving you a satisfying meal with fewer calories, perfect to enhance a workout or replace a meal. In January, try our Pina Colada Crunch smoothie of the month for just $5.50. It's got great stuff in it like soy milk, bananas, pineapple, vanilla pre-post, and granola. 460 calories of energy with 20 grams of protein, just 6 grams of fat. Fast food that is good for you and tastes great. Shake it up. Gold's Gym, Garapan.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans.
All right, for the KSPN2 Sports Report, Run Saipan hosted the last race of 2021.
Okay, those guys running 5-minute flat.
Early morning on New Year's Eve, close to 150 runners showed up for the fastest 1-mile race. This race starts at the World War II tank by the Quartermaster Road and ends near the McDonald's bus stop in San Jose.
Runners on your mark!
Tanya Tan topped the women's division with a time of 5 minutes and 49 seconds.
This is not my race. I'm better at like the longer
distances. I know, right?
So I just wanted to do this for fun. But it was good. The roads were really slippery though because it was like pouring this. Yeah. So I didn't expect it to be like this slippery, but it was fun.
Tan says she is ecstatic to be back in Saipan during the holidays and very happy to participate in an event like this.
I'm very happy, especially the weather. The weather is so much nicer.
Oh yeah, I saw you running in winter and snow
I could
conditions.
Like, go swim in the ocean anytime I want, so it's nice to be back.
Great job, all the way through. Line up over there, 049, 005, second place, great job, Aki, go!
All right, still in the women's division, Akiko Miller came second with a time of 6 minutes and 24 seconds. Third place is Ayano Braxton with a time of 7 minutes and 1 second. In the men's division, Keith Katola came to the finish line with a time of 4 minutes and 45 seconds, bagging the first place. He is the sole runner to finish the race in less than 5 minutes.
For first place, and the record holder now for a sub 5-minute mile, the new guy, the myth, the legend, he will be the legend. Can I get Keith Katola up here? That was an amazing match from Island Relay with Eason. Congratulations.
Second place is Kosuke Sato with a time of 5 minutes and 22 seconds. Eason Tang of Agape Christian School finished third with a time of 5 minutes and 25 seconds.
Fast running. Congratulations. You're going to get first place next time. Okay, third place. Congratulations. Great job.
In the women's youth division, Tiana Cabrera finished first, followed by Eunice Su on second place and Emma Pang for third place.
One more.
In the men's youth division, Dev Bakani won first place, Cody Shimizu for second place, and third place is Jason Cowell. Edward De La Cruz, the Run Saipan president, is very delighted with the turnout of this inaugural race.
I think the turnout was amazing. We had like an even number almost. We got about 80 some students, and then the rest was about 50, almost 60 some adults. So I think it's like we have a total of, I believe, 140 runners. And people signed up as last minute as midnight last night. So I think it was a pretty great turnout, especially for being the first road race to officially open up on the main road or the highway.
De La Cruz recognizes and appreciates the support his group received from these government institutions and sports organizations.
So I'd really like to thank and appreciate the support of the Mayor's Office, Department of Public Safety, and Mayor's Visitors Authority. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to pull this race off. And also especially big Dankulun and Jesus Masi for Northern Maras Athletics as well. If it wasn't for the teamwork of these organizations, this race would have never happened and the runners would have a great experience today. It's all about teamwork. Appreciate the support right now from you guys, from the media, and Mayor's Visitors Authority, and Mayor's Office, and Department of Public Safety, and Northern Maras Athletics. And also a big appreciation to the COVID Task Force for letting us be able to do events as long as we do the protocols. Big thank you to them for this support. And especially the biggest thanks is to all the runners. If it wasn't for the runners, we wouldn't have these races. And also thank you to all the volunteers that show up today. If it wasn't for them, this race would not have gone as smoothly as it did. So if the volunteers didn't come, man, this would not have happened. So thank you guys so much. So a big thank you to one of our biggest supporters for the Triathlon Association, Athletes Stick Together. So Ricky Castro and your federation, thank you guys so much from the bottom of Run Saipan Heart. Any event you guys need help, please reach out to us. It's a family system. So thank you, Track.
The fastest 1 mile race will be an annual event, according to De La Cruz.
This is going to be an annual race, so this is the inaugural race. So next year, same time, we're going to open up more age division for placing.
Go-karts, off-roading, and the driving range now open at Marianas Trekking. Go-kart track will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with 50% off when you book online at marianastrekking.com, hours 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Use the promo code HAFA50 to get your discount. Off-roading is open too by reservation. Come on a 90-minute trail ride that is perfect for families. Book online at marianastrekking.com. Golfers, come practice on the driving range. You can even pay online and we will have the balls waiting for you. Come see us weekends at Marianas Trekking, 323-8735.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Ghost Gym, and today we're going to go over the cable lat pull down. Now what we want to remember with machine-based exercises, there's really no right or wrong way of doing it. There's multiple ways of executing the exercise. What you'll often see is there's executing the exercise this fast, and instead of working the muscle of your upper back, you're just irritating the shoulder joint pieces, which you don't want. Alright, let's open that up a little bit. Let's sit upright a little bit more. As you get a full stretch, bring it down with your elbows coming in. So in general, as you set up this way, you're going to need the majority of the impulse right here in your lat. You're getting a full stretch and you're getting a pull from the bottom.
And for your weather report, partly sunny with scattered showers, breezy with a northeast wind 21 to 23 miles per hour with gusts up to 28 miles per hour. High 85, low 76, and 88% humidity. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with isolated showers. Breezy with an east-northeast wind 22 miles per hour with gusts as high as 28 miles per hour. High 87, low 76, a smoke craft advisory in effect through Friday afternoon. Fresh to strong northeast winds and combined seas of 8 to 11 feet will continue for the next couple of days. Winds and seas are expected to decrease this weekend. The sunrise will be at 6:44 a.m., high tide 10:40 a.m., low tide 4:06 p.m., and the sunset will be exactly at 6 p.m. All right, folks, there you have it. That is your Wednesday edition of the news, sports, and weather. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday.